Welcome to Blue Star Education's My Science Library program. The following presentation was created to introduce you to the focus of the program, as well as the components and how they can improve comprehension, writing, and vocabulary skills when applied to informational text. We believe that My Science Library is an ideal platform for helping all students, particularly ELL, at-risk, and struggling students, become more proficient readers. Let's start with an overview of what's at the core of this program. Our goal is to provide you with a print-rich comprehension program that offers scaffolding and practice opportunities that help students develop their reading and language skills. We accomplish this by simultaneously using high-interest informational text as the tool for teaching language arts and science. This is a great way to achieve multi-subject learning while boosting comprehension skills. Throughout our presentation, we will emphasize how this is accomplished. Before we actually get into the lessons and how they connect to informational texts, let's take a look at the My Science Library program in general, as well as the components of each kit. My Science Library is a K-5 program. Level 1 was developed for grades K-1, Level 2 for grades 1 and 2, Level 3 for grades 2 and 3, and Level 4 for grades 3 and 4, Level 5 for grades 4 and 5. Each kit includes a set of nonfiction books that provide information on specific science topics. We've included a variety of Earth and Space, Life, and Physical Science titles, as well as books that address foundational science skills. A comprehensive teacher resource comes with every kit. Each is organized in the same way, and they are designed to take the guesswork out of the teaching lessons that accompany each reader. The components of each kit are housed in a durable box that was created specifically for the program. These boxes store easily and can be moved about as needed. They're always ready to use. A CD is provided on the inside back cover of the teacher resource. The CD contains all of the student pages from the teacher resource book, as well as correlations to the Common Core standards. Not only are the lessons correlated to ELS standards, but we've provided correlations to state science standards, which can be accessed on our website. As you can see here, the chart-style presentation of the standards make the correlations easy to print and use. All files are in PDF format and are easy to access and print. The CD provides quick access to student pages and is an excellent source when using the files to project content for interactive whiteboard lessons. Teachers can present activities in a small group or whole group setting for additional scaffolding. Now let's check out the individual components of My Science Library. As I mentioned, all kits include a set of leveled science readers. There are 33 readers in each kit, and we provide 3 copies of each title. Additional copies are available too. Each reader is 24 pages and includes life science, physical science, and earth and space science topics. As you can anticipate from the covers alone, these nonfiction readers are beautifully designed, with high-quality photography, special text features, and engaging content. You'll also find extra features within the covers of each reader, which include information related to the reading level, word count, and teaching focus. Quick tips for getting into and through the content of the reader are also provided. Colorful photos and illustrations support the content. As you see here, bold-faced words representing key vocabulary are focused in the readers and are addressed in the resource lessons and activities. Each book includes a glossary with words that correspond to those used in the text. Informational texts often use additional features to reinforce content. Here are examples of some of the text features that have been introduced into each reader to help students better understand the content. Captions, charts, diagrams, callouts, and other features provide students with opportunities to use reading strategies as they analyze the information on a page. Built into each reader are these additional features. The Show What You Know page provides a quick content review that helps students look back and summarize the content. We've included an activity page in the teacher resource that allows students to more formally respond to these questions. Each book also suggests related websites, as well as comprehension and extension activities that can enhance students' interest in the topic and the content of the reader. There is also a section that includes important vocabulary from the reader. It serves as a reminder to focus on the specific glossary words. The My Science Library program offers each of the readers in Spanish as well as English, which makes it a perfect resource for ELL and ESL students. In addition, all of the teacher resource books are now available with full Spanish adaptations, making it possible to introduce and use the program entirely in Spanish. Now that you've had a glimpse of the My Science Library readers, let's take a closer look at the teacher resource and see how the contents work with the readers. First of all, each resource is organized by topic and contains a unit for each of the titles in the kit. The Teachers section and accompanying student pages provide you with an easy-to-use lesson and activities that support the lesson. The first page of every lesson provides the teacher with a summary and other information about the reader and activities. It also includes the reading and language focus, as well as the science content focus of the lesson. You'll notice that the reading and language categories list objectives for writing craft, comprehension, and reading strategies, and are based on standards. For easy reference, academic vocabulary is also included. The second page contains guided reading prompts, which are scripted for the teacher. This allows teachers to use suggested questions and discussion points as they move through the lesson. The scripted prompts minimize preparation time for the teacher. Teachers are not limited to using the scripts, but can embellish or otherwise alter the lesson at any time. You'll notice that the lesson is divided into sections. There are 4 in all, starting with introducing the book, which targets students' prior knowledge and encourages students to investigate the reader and its features. The second section is skimming and scanning. Here, students can practice pre-reading strategies, identification of already known words, and test their understanding of text features. Reading the book is addressed next. After students become familiar with the content, they can read the text individually, in pairs or small groups, or as a class. Based on the independent needs of students, teachers should choose the most suitable method. Suggestions for ways to approach the reading of the book are provided in the teacher resource. The final section of the teacher lesson is called After Reading the Book. Here, too, detailed suggestions are provided. They include content questions as well as prompts directed toward the lesson focus. The third page of the teacher lesson provides an overview of the student activities. As you can see, it's divided into sections for easy navigation. This page serves as a teacher reference for the student activities that follow. Reading and writing activities, as well as activities that reinforce academic vocabulary and science connections, are addressed here. It is on this page that you will also find any answer key information for the student activities. As its name implies, My Science Library is a reading, writing, and vocabulary-driven program in which informational science texts serve as the foundation for mastering comprehension and language-related skills. With this in mind, we created student activity pages for each reader that address the sections we just discussed. That is, reading applications, writing connections, academic vocabulary, and science connections. We begin with reading application activities that draw students into the book by expanding on the main ideas and the focus of the reader. Here, students will use critical thinking skills to process the text and respond to the questions provided on the Into the Book pages. For these activities, prior knowledge is activated and students are asked to reflect on and react to what they read. In each unit, one or more pages are dedicated to open-ended activities that enable students to process what they learned. Students can express personal reactions to the subject matter through text-to-self reflections. A variety of writing activities challenge students to extend their thinking beyond what they learned, while using what they learned to support their ideas. In addition to writing and sharing these ideas, students have the opportunity to practice writing in a variety of fiction and nonfiction genres. As I mentioned earlier, improving vocabulary skills is one of the key features of this program. As a result, specific academic and high-frequency words are highlighted for each of the readers, and students are given extra vocabulary practice when they complete and discuss the academic vocabulary activities. Because the vocabulary words are bolded and a glossary is provided in the readers, teachers can also create activities of their own to further help students build their vocabulary. Since the informational content of the readers in this program are science-based, we included activities for all units that connect students to science topics. Here you will see a variety of approaches to the subject matter as students use analytical, investigative, and core language skills to show their understanding of science concepts. The hands-on nature of these activities allows students to practice a variety of learning styles as well. Now that you've seen all the parts of this program and how they're used, let's put the pieces together by reviewing what an actual lesson looks like from the teacher's perspective. Here is a snapshot of the process using a sample unit about energy. For planning purposes, read the books, check reading levels and other information on the first page of each lesson in the teacher guide, and determine, based on your students' needs, how you will use the program. Choose a reader and use the scripted approach suggested in the teacher resource to walk students through the lesson. Introduce the book. And then move on to skimming and scanning the reading content. Next, read the book using suggestions from the lesson. Consider the scripted questions from the lesson to open conversations about the book and address the lesson focus. Allow time for students to process the reading by completing and discussing student page activities. The way in which students respond to these activities will help you evaluate their progress. Complete the lesson by engaging students in the science-related activities. As with any academic program, there are many things to consider before diving into it. How will I manage this program? What teaching strategies and learning modalities will I use to present the lessons? Will I present full lessons or parts of lessons in small groups or pairs? Or will I model and present some activities in a whole group setting? How will I group students? What can I do to extend learning? And so on. The My Science Library Teacher Resource provides suggestions and extensive guidance that serves as an implementation model. However, keep in mind that the flexibility of this program allows you to customize and modify it to suit your individual needs. Thank you for viewing this presentation with us. We hope our introduction to this program has been helpful.